Naim Frashëri is considered by many Albanians as our national poet. He was born in 1846 and received a classical education influenced by Western culture in Yanina, like his brothers. He learned ancient Greek and modern Greek, French, Italian. Besides languages, he had a strong interest in his religion as well. He was a Bektashi. Persian classical literature was also among his interests, and Persian poets as well, and the French Enlightenment. It is said that at the time he truly represented the Ottoman intellectual, a person who feels at home in both Eastern and Western cultures. And after finishing school, he moved to Istanbul in 1870, where he published his Grammar of the Persian Language in a new method in 1871. But due to health reasons, he returned to Albania, hoping that the mountain air would help him recover from tuberculosis, which he had suffered from since childhood. Then he worked as a government official in Berat and later as a customs officer in Sarand. He also spent time in Baden in Austria for a medical treatment, and during his visit he also went to Vienna. He got to admire the sword and helmet of the Albanian prince and hero, Gjergj Kastrioti, our symbol of national resistance, whom he later wrote an amazing historical epic about that's worth reading, Historia Skanderbeut. He expressed his love for Albania by recalling the medieval battles between Albanians and the Ottomans, emphasizing Kastrioti's Albanian roots and his successful struggle for our liberation. Basically expressing that we've done it before, we can do it again, you know. When he was back in Istanbul, he became involved in the activities of the Albanian national movement, participated in the defending of the rights of the Albanian people, and promoted the printing of Albanian books and magazines, together with his brothers. Since he was a Bektashi himself, he wrote different books about this. The most renowned one is this one, but what he is most famous for is his long poem,
Ti Shqipëri, më jep nder, më jep emrin shqiptar. Zemrën ti ma gatove, plot me dëshirë dhe me zjarë. Shqipëri, o mama ime, ndonë se jam i mërguar, dashurin tënde kur zemra se ka harruar.
He celebrates the beauty of Albania's nature and the simple life of its people. He expresses his gratitude for being called Albanian. He urged his fellow Albanians to honor our nation and use the Albanian language in our writing. All of his work was amazing, actually. I could go on and on, but he published a total of 22 works, if not more, including poetry and prose in Albanian, Turkish, Greek, and Persian. 15 of them were actually in Albanian, but his most famous works were published in Bucharest because the Ottoman Empire did not allow printing of Albanian books in Istanbul. So in Bucharest, he also published several textbooks for Albanian elementary schools and collections of poetry that celebrated Albanian nature and history. His poetry carried a strong political message as well, advocating for unity among Albanians regardless of our religious affiliations, and it promoted a sense of national identity. He played a significant role in developing the Albanian language and had a profound influence on Albanian writers in the early 20th century, many of them. One of the most famous ones that you probably know is Gjergj Fishta, who was also a priest. I've talked a bit about him throughout my videos. But the memory of Naim Frashëri lives on. He is cherished by generations of Albanians who came after him and continue to find inspiration in his words and embrace the spirit of unity, cultural preservation, and love for our homeland that he so passionately conveyed through his work. But now, buckle up. That was a bad metaphor. Buckle up, because in the next video I'll talk about his brother Naim Frashëri and go into more details about the Ottomans as well. So go enjoy that, and also if you have time, go enjoy Naim Frashëri's poetry on YouTube.